And good evening. I hope everyone is doing well. I know there's a lot of people that are sitting home this afternoon without any power, sitting in the dark. I thought we'd go over where we are, what the numbers are, and look at the map and kind of move forward there by looking at everything. The good news is it looks like this storm has moved out of the area. The bad news is it's left a lot of water behind, and we're going to be going into overnight lows in single digits. So there's going to be a lot of limbs, a lot of trees that break here in the next little bit, causing even more power outages as we begin. If you'd like, you can post where you're out of power here where others can see that as well. Let's first start things going. Hey, Mark and Martha Robertson, thank y'all for watching. Let's look at the map, and let me show you how things occurred and where they are now at this point. Let me pull up radar this afternoon. This is where we are at this point here. Here's our weather, and we'll look at these. These are storm reports, all these little blue dots, and we'll look at those. As we look at this, it has moved out of Lauderdale County. Rain now crossed the state line going into Tuscaloosa. As we look at this, Sumter County, Alabama, moving out. There's a little bit still left in Sumter County near Reform, Carrollton, Alabama. Pickinsville is to the east of you, just north of there. Reform reported area of several branches falling from the weight of ice, amounts unknown. So they've got tree problems as well there. Millport, Alabama there. Putting a glaze of ice on power lines and fencing. If you've been paying attention, I just posted just a moment ago on my Facebook page where there was a live line there in the Damascus area. EMEPA is on the scene. They're taking care of that. But keep in mind, I want to stress that about power lines being down this afternoon. And don't drive on them, don't drive near them, because some of them could be hot. So this has moved out of our area. We had gauged it sometime after 2 o'clock, 2:30. I said that it could possibly go until 3 o'clock. Well, it didn't make it that long. It is out of our area. Thank heavens it's gone. We'll talk later about what's coming that second round. North Mississippi still getting snow. If you follow this up north of Greenwood, this is 55 going into South Haven right before you get to Memphis there. Hernando and these areas, Olive Branch, right there at the Tennessee line there. They've gotten a lot of snow up there in that area, a mess. All right, let's go back down and look at some of these storm reports that we've got in our area. Let's go to Knoxville County. Let's turn on some locations where you'll kind of know where things are in that vicinity. This is going to be right here at Sugarlock where the Dollar General is. It's going to be up from there. This is reported large branches down, including on one car due to ice there in Sugarlock. That was reported there in Sugarlock. Somebody in the public reported that. We move up in the county. I thought, here at Macon, let's see what we got here. Trees and ice branches breaking, estimate based on video. Knoxville County, some of those. Let's go to the west part. This is Highway 14 that would come out of Macon and go toward over to Louisville there. Puts about 2/10 of an inch of glaze of ice on trees is what they're reporting. As we go into Winston County, we got a couple of reports here to read. 1/10 of an inch of ice across the eastern portion of the county. As we go down here, it says this is in Vernon in Winston County. 3/10 of an inch reported near Nanawaya. So a little bit there at Nanawaya. As we go just west of the city limits of Louisville there, that looks like 3 inches of sleet across the western portion of the county. 1.3, maybe that's what that says. So a lot of sleet there on the eastern side of Winston County. As we move down, let's go into Neshoba County. We don't have any reports. Yes, we do, right here above Philadelphia. Reported by the Neshoba County EMs, all roads covered in Neshoba County. And I believe that if y'all looked at the pictures we posted from the Philadelphia Police Department, it was a lot there in Neshoba County on the streets, a bunch of it. And we'll visit some of these pages before we sign off this afternoon. As we go over to Lauderdale County, I'm not seeing any reports there. We'll go over to Newton County. It looks like all the rain and stuff has moved out of that. Let's look here at Forest over in Scott County. 2/10 of an inch with ice on trees and lines, especially a half inch. Power line outages, heavy sleet accumulation across the county as well. So everybody in our area has gotten some form of sleet. Now, here comes the bad part. All this rain has fell. It's getting dark, and our low tonight is going to be, I think, 10 degrees is the up. We had 8 originally. Tonight, mostly cloudy and a low around 10. Could go below that. Whichever way, 8, 9, or 10, that's going to be bad. We're going to have gusts of 20 miles an hour throughout the area. Just north up at Philadelphia, their low tonight, I want to say it was going to be somewhere around 7 tonight. Mostly cloudy with a low around 6. Wind chill value -1 there in Philadelphia. So all this area north of here will be a little bit colder than Meridian, although Meridian is cold. All of this is going to affect Clark, everybody for us here. What will happen with wet roads is it will freeze, and then in the morning we'll have slick roads. We'll also go over closings that we have so far. And again, if you've got a closing, inbox me so we can get that on, so you can pass that along to other people so that they won't try to get out and go somewhere that they really don't need to. Let's see here. Afternoon to Ashley McDaniel for watching. Also, Alicia Bailey, do we have any more precipitation headed our way? No, it has moved out. What we've got is what we've got. So it's out of here. Radar is clear. It's moved off to the edge of Alabama. Scuba, Mississippi, checking in with Kyla Moore. Polly McCall out on Zero Road. Been there many, many times. Lisa White watching. Lisa, I think you're still in Kemper County, aren't you? Sue Hamner is watching this afternoon. Also, Jeremy Barnacastle. A big thank you to Mary. Now that Mary Taylor, I know that is a Cajun name, and I'm going to pronounce that wrong, so I'm not even going to go there. April Miles, glad you're watching there from Hickory Grove near the Navy base up in Daleville. Stephanie Smith watching in Philadelphia. Salute to y'all in Philadelphia. Do appreciate that. Donna Sue Peebles is watching from the Post County Line Road this afternoon. And Joyce Arrington Stamper, hey girl, checking it out in Marion Drive. And you're without power? A lot of folks. If you add up in between, and we'll have to do a running figure, somebody that's bigger, better with figures than me. We'll throw EMEPA in. We'll go to Mississippi Power. We'll go to Southern Pine. We'll go to Central, all these that are around us, and try to add these up and see how many we got. Bubba Cook says there's no power in Russell either. Out of power in the county in Philadelphia. That's Joy Seal. I hope they get that back on there for you soon. Shannon Leanne, hey, Scotty, is going to get any worse than what it is? Yes, because of the ice. We don't have any more precipitation coming, and I got through that word without stuttering. Aren't y'all glad? But what we do is this is going to become just slick black ice. If you think today was bad, wait till tonight when we hit 10 degrees. Big thank you to Shannon Leanne for watching also. Let's see here. Watching from Clarkdale, Brittany Rushing. Thank y'all for doing that. Also from Enterprise, Mississippi, Deborah Hudson. I'm going to have to find out what the populations are of town so I can do a salute. We'll have to get us a hee-haw door, won't we? Let's see here. Sandy Cruz is watching from Chunky. No power in Lockhart. That's not good either. Power out in Bailey on Clayton Road. That's not far from where I'm at. That's maybe 4 to 5 miles up the road there. Now, I haven't lost power. Half a mile from me lost power about an hour ago down on Fellowship Road. That lost power. Linda Jane is watching up in Scuba. We didn't get any snow, and I'm ready for the mess to leave. I understand. It's just really no fun without snow, is it, y'all? Wendy Oglesby, power lines and transformers are down in the Newton County area. No rain, but cold and icy there. Ooh. Ann Murphy is watching. Thank you. Watching from Lost Gap. Got limbs down in the Lost Gap area. And thanks for the updates from Diane Miles. Also, Chunky has no power. That comes in from Stephanie Wright. And Lisa White says, yes, she's still in Kemper County. Glad to know that. You come to my rescue one time, didn't you, girl? Also, Dean Baskin watching from Lauderdale County. Schools closed tomorrow. I think that's a question mark. There was a, and let me clarify, there is a Lauderdale County, Alabama also. And I saw that floating around earlier saying it was going to be closed Tuesday and Wednesday. And I have not seen one from Lauderdale County, Mississippi. I did see the Alabama one floating around. So make sure when you look at that, because I hadn't officially gotten word on that. If you've got that, send me a snippet of it, post it on the page so we can pass that along. Laurel, Mississippi, we have power. Hey there, Linda Jenkins. I know y'all are feeling good. Brian Guest, how are you doing there? Glad you're watching there. April Rees asks, is power is on now that the precipitation is over? Is it likely to stay on? That all depends on trees. The weight of these trees with this rain on them, they're going to snap and more fall, is the way it looks. Now, the good news is this didn't continue on to like 4 or 5 o'clock that originally everybody thought. So it's a little less is going to be falling than originally thought. That's the good news. The bad news is it has rained a lot. There's a lot of wet stuff out there, and these limbs are popping. If you go out in your yard, I'm sure that you can hear this no matter where you're watching from this afternoon. You'll hear one within a mile of popping. I know Bailey Acres has had a lot coming down this afternoon. I've gotten several pictures of that as we go up to Linville. A lot has fallen in that area. Watching from Long Creek, Marie and Dean, thank you so much. Watching from DeSoto, that's Cynthia Knapp. That's just below Quitman there. Church there, if I'm not mistaken. They're a big, I can't remember if that's Methodist or Baptist, but it's right off the road there. North Bend Community in Neshoba County watching. Thank you, Martha Scarborough. Nikki Hunt, Pine Springs is back on. Thank you, EMEPA. I know y'all are glad there on the Pine Springs end. No power in Damascus. That's where the live line was down just a little bit ago, and EMEPA was on the scene trying to get that back up. No power in the Preston community. Preston, C-O-Y-E. Preston Coy area. Okay, I got you. No power in Bennsville. And I would think that that's east of Scuba, correct? Bennsville, Mississippi, is that where you're talking about? Oh, boy, that out on the rural route there. Been there many, many times. Watching from Sicalina, that's Miss Waddell. How are you doing? Also, Guy Coughlin, no power on Highway 45 North in Kemper County, 495, up through that area. Diane is watching from Spring Hill, Diane Nestor. Also, let's see here. So far, good near West Lauderdale Elementary School on Highway 495. Still have power, but it's very cold. It is cool up in there. Newton County, that is right. Melissa McWhorter pointed this out. We're going to cover that. All roads are closed in Newton County. They shut them down at noon. They're only wanting official vehicles, emergency vehicles on roads. So all is shut down. Meridian, and let me go ahead and read that from myself on the text I got from Laura. On the city limits of Meridian, it has been shut down. Let's see, where did I put my text? It's over here. All right, this was the press release that came in for Meridian. City of Meridian issues public safety curfew and reschedules city council meeting. The city of Meridian announces that a curfew will be in effect this afternoon from 5 o'clock until 8 a.m. tomorrow on the 16th due to the hazardous weather conditions and dangerous roadways. The city is respectfully asking for all residents to limit travel to essential personnel only. City offices and departments will also be closed Tuesday, February 16th, except for the essential personnel. I guess you know who you are if you're essential and you work for the city. Also, Tuesday's City Council in Meridian has been rescheduled for Thursday, February the 18th. City officials will continue to monitor the weather and continue to provide more up-to-date as they become available. Residents are encouraged to use extreme caution during this time. That come in from the city of Meridian just a little bit ago. So curfew in Meridian, can't travel any of the streets. All roads in Newton County are shut down. I haven't gotten anything like that mentioned from Kemper or up into Winston counties or Neshoba County. If y'all got any information on that coming from any of the police departments, pass that along to us so we can get the word spread to everybody that's watching this afternoon. Let's see here. Meehan has power. That's good news. Power out in Death Valley, James Weaver says. Briarwood Road still has power. That's good, coming in from Charlene Gaddy. Tree down on Highway 19 South near the Ag Center in a yard. Took out power lines. So if you're traveling, if you're got to be out and you're going to be out toward the Ag Center, power out that way, and that's the reason why you don't have power. Watching from Preston, Miss Donna Roseman. Thank you. Karen Neal Wedgeworth. Hey, girl, hadn't talked to you in forever. Been a long time. She says there's no power on Piney Hills Road. That's over in the northeast area, right along in there. Quitman, Mississippi, watching with Jessica Morgan. No power on Highway 493 in Kemper. Let's see here. Ginger, yes, you did say that where that was. I thought so. Lisa Nicholson Goldman, how are you doing? Watching from King Road, and they have power over there. She's always at the bank window when I go to see her. Always sweet to me. Jeremy Shepard says, equipment area, they have power. That's good news this afternoon. Teresa Brown, Breedlove, is watching from the Dixon community. That's just south there of where the Neshoba County Fairgrounds is. Let's see, Michelle Winstead, watching you from the West Lauderdale area. We lost power around lunch for about 45 minutes. It's back on, thanks to EMEPA. Prayers for the first responders and those working to make sure that the power is up as soon as possible. That is, those guys and gals, whoever's behind the scenes that does this, it's a lot of work. When we're sitting in our homes keeping warm or trying to keep warm, they're out in it, hustling. That's a lot of hard work, and we do appreciate them. Let's see here. That bumped. How did I do that? I don't know. Let me go back up here because I'm going to miss somebody. Galen Bradshaw says it's cold. Sandy Kaz says she has no power. I'm not sure, Sandy, where you're at. Oak Tibby Dam Road, they have power. Winston County, Angela Sloan, how are you doing? Glad you're watching from there. No power on 493 on Obadiah. Keeps flickering there. We have power, and it's flickering on 493 near Obadiah. Gulfport, almost flip-flop weather, 36 degrees down there. There you go. And Teresa Brown Breedlove says she's in Neshoba County. And Sean and Danae Farr, and I think this is Danae watching. I think I'm right. Clarkdale Community, keep up the good work. Thank you on that. Now let's take a look at what we've got going on here. And any comments, please pass those on so we can share this with others. We'll go back to the temperature. One of the big things that's on everybody's mind right now is power. Who's got it, who doesn't. Let's look at the U.S. and the way it came across as a whole, and then we're going to break it down by county and who's got what. Let's pull this up here so we can see. This is the power outage map for the entire United States. As we go to Texas, we start there. There is 3.4 million people in the state of Texas that doesn't have any power right now. That is a lot of folks there. If you've got power right now, do this. Make sure that you've got your cell phone, your chargers, all of that for your iPads charged as much as you can until that power goes out. Because you know how it is, no way to charge them. As we go to the great state of Louisiana, 117,000 people now without power. We look to Arkansas. They're sitting at 12,000 people without it. In Alabama, 12,000, almost 11,500. We'll round that up, 400 people there, and call it 12,000. In Mississippi, we are now at 61, well, let's call it 62,000 people now in the state of Mississippi that no longer have power. That is big. Now, hopefully what the National Weather Service was telling us that it could be days upon days that people don't get power. Let's hope that this is nothing like a hurricane, that the damage is minimal. That's what we're hoping for. All right, let's go to EMEPA. Let me refresh this and pull up what EMEPA has on outages right now. Okay, we have 5,500 people that are on EMEPA without power. And let's look at the breakdown by county first and pull this up. 5,500 from Kemper County, there's 2,405 people. Winston County, 158 people. In Lauderdale County, there's 2,602 people. In Clark County, 192. In Neshoba, 67 people. And 24 in Noxubee County that don't have power. And this is on EMEPA. There's a lot more. So we've got 55. Let's write that down over here. 5,500 in Lauderdale with the MEPA. And if you look at this map, it's scattered here is how this come across. And what's causing this is this ice. Expect it to be more after dark. It's going to be more power lines pop because it's just going to happen. It can't be helped. But the good news is it's not raining anymore, and it'll be what's out there is what's out there. Won't any more be happening. As we zoom in on this, we'll glance at this a little bit, and then we'll move on into some more of the ones that are without. If you'll look at this, there's a lot of folks around the Bailey area. All these red lines here are the roads. And if you want to pull this up on your phone, go to emepa.com and go to the outage. I've got a link on my webpage that you can scroll down and just tap that, and it will take you to EMEPA's line there. As you scroll up here and look out around Moscow, look at that in Kemper County. That's a good bit there. In Kemper County, and you cross Highway 16 up in here, some more. A little bit here in Scuba, if you'll look at this. Pretty much everybody on the east side of Scuba is without power there. That's where East Kemper High School is, right through here. And this is, I I guess you'd call it the old scuba road that winds back out in Wahalak, and you go right across the tracks up to the church there, and it looks like there, and then all of Bennsville. Yeah. Yeah, y'all don't have any. That's what that comment was. There's nobody out in Bennsville that's got any power right now, all the way to the state line. We've got it over here near DeKalb. We've got some outages, and that's what we're looking at there as we go down south, Oak Grove community. We get into south of Daleville, back down into Lauderdale County. And look at Daleville, how many people are without power. As we move back into Meridian, the west side out by Chunky, a good bit in those areas there. And I think you can click there, 182 people there. That's a lot. And it's just scattered across the county. All right, let's go to over to Mississippi Power and see what they've got as far as people out. Let me update their page to get the latest information. All right, we're looking at total customers out, and this is everybody that they serve is 7,400 people, 7,500 people out total. And if you'll look here, let me pull this up right there. That shows large bunches there, 7,500 total, and they're working to get all this back on as they can. All right, let's go over now to this is going to be Southern Pine. Southern Pine, this is in Newton County. Right now, let's pull this up where you can take a look at this. We have 3,300 people that are out in Newton County. I wanted to make sure I was right on that. That's why I kind of stumbled there. As we look at Smith County, there's 4,000 people without power. And as you go down to Jefferson Davis, south of there, 3,300. Jasper County, that's pretty close, 2,000 people. We've got another, and I'll mention that in a second, got another place that's not going to be working tomorrow there. As we look at Simpson County on down, Newton, Smith, and Jasper is pretty close to us. That's a lot of people right there that are out of power now. Now let's go up to Philadelphia and take a look here what we've got. Now this is on, if I am not mistaken, let me make sure I've got the name right. This is going to be Central Electric. They handle a good bit of power up in the Philadelphia area. And if we'll zoom in here on this map, let me update it. It says 5,072, and I had that up. All right, they've gotten some back on. We're down to 4,700 without power in Neshoba County there. And if you'll look at these coverage areas, to the east of Philadelphia, a good bit there. Look at all these red roads that are out of power right now. Also to the southwest of Philadelphia, out by the Choctaw Reservation, a good bit of power outages as you drop down through here. Also this area here at Tucker, just east of there, and we come down to the southwest of there. This is going to be south of Deemer Road through the backwoods through this here. And as you get to Union, look at this. Anybody in Union got power. It's not looking like you got much up in that area. 4,000 people is a chunk. I'm sure there's some transformers and some other things that have blown in those areas that have caused all this. We'll keep a run on these outages and pass that information along to you as soon as we get them. Now, let me update this. Let me make sure I'm right on temperature-wise of official what we've got out at Key Field right now. We're sitting at 33 degrees in Meridian with a wind chill of 23. 1 to 2 degrees more, everything's going to freeze, and it's going to start dropping here in just a little bit. And let's look at our forecast of what the latest I've got that has come in on this for tonight. That's what we're going to focus on. We can take out the rain and stuff that's in the forecast till 3 o'clock. All of that has moved on. Some thunder possible. The high they were putting at 32. That's showing 33. We're, right on it. Tonight, temperatures will drop to 8 degrees with a gust of 20 miles an hour. Tomorrow, we're back up to 33 with a wind chill of -2. While we're doing this, let me go down here and make sure that this is the absolute latest. All right, let me change the forecast, an updated version. It's going to be cloudy tonight with a low around 10 and a wind chill of -2. That's not much difference, 8 to 10, but it does put it back in double digits for tonight. So that tells us everything that is going to happen tonight is going to freeze. If you've got water that is not protected like we talked about, it's going to be bad. So be very, very careful out there. I just got a picture, and where is that at? Highway 61 through Cleveland. Yeah, that's a bunch of snow. Rough looking there. I was making sure it wasn't a Lauderdale County picture. So we've got a lot of road conditions. If you are going to travel, if you are still at work, be careful going home, because it's bridges are starting now as we get into this 3 o'clock hour. We're getting closer to dark. Those temps are going to start to drop quickly, and it will be a mess. We don't want you to be one of these statistics. I saw a picture of a wreck. I didn't get a chance to get it on out past the Evangel Temple on 45, like you were going on toward Quitman there on the new highway 145 there. A mess. Hopefully nobody was hurt in that. I haven't heard any more. Let me go here and let's see what the traffic looks like according to the Mississippi Department of Transportation. Let's pull this up, hit a few more buttons on my little magic box that I got here, and voila, here we go. This is Mississippi Department of Traffic. As we zoom in on this, we're showing that that is an area of concern in between the airport, Meehan, right through there. It must be real slick. So if you've got to go home out of Meridian on I-20 for any reason, you're going to have some issues right past the split as you go there. We come on down. Your next issue will pick up, and you have to watch these little areas here at the bridges, but it looks like it gets bad again when you get to the other side of Newton County when you'll start into Scott County. It looks pretty rough there in these bridges. I would say that is at a crawl. Let's see if we've got any. We do not have video yet over at Forest. Normally that one works pretty good, but that is not the case just yet. Let's look around Jackson, see if there's anything working there at this point. Yeah, here we go. This is Jackson, Mississippi, and this is current. Look how much snow and sleet is on the ground in Jackson. We didn't get anything quite like that. We've got a bunch of sleet that's going to turn to black ice, but ours definitely doesn't look like that. And as you can see in the background there, it's still some flakes, some small stuff coming down a little bit at the time there in Jackson, Mississippi. Let's look on the, let's go down south of the Bass Pro Shop and take a look at what's going on there in Jackson. Switch to video. Somebody tell me to do the right thing here. This is going to be right below the Bass Pro Shop. As you know, you go under the bridge, and if you were going to go down toward where Faith Hill is from, that neck of the woods, this is where this is, right down through there. A little bit of flurry still occurring there, it looks like, all over the road in Jackson, Mississippi. Let's, while we're out being adventurous, let's go up the state here and go up here toward Memphis, this area, and see what they've got. Boy, look at this. That is thick, thick, thick. Now, he's moving faster than 20 miles an hour, I would think. He's going on down the road. So that's how Mississippi looks. Now, we don't have any shared cameras around Meridian or Philadelphia from the state that you can grab and take a look at. They're just not available. Let's, one last time, Mississippi State has been without cameras for the last 24 hours. I don't think they fixed them. Well, I'll be dog. Look at here. I just spoke out of turn, didn't I? This is up at Mississippi State there. A little slow traffic there, making its way across Starkville this afternoon. But again, our area, be prepared as we get ready for some ice in our area as nighttime falls, and it's going to be more people without power. Again, if you've got a generator, you're going to be using it, make absolutely sure that you don't drag that inside and let fumes come inside. Also, have you put up a little bit of water in case water lines and water pipes bust? Have you done anything with that? Make sure to put some in your bathtub. If you can't put it there, get you some 5-gallon buckets, put that to the side to where you'll have water for your toilets and whatnot. If you had to take one of those quick showers like they used to out of the bowl, have a little bit of water set to the side. It would come in handy. Now, I'm going to do several reports as we go back through the nighttime to make absolutely sure that we've got the latest on everything. All right, just adding to my list that I just got in. Let me go back to this text that just come in about structural steel. Structural steel services is not working tomorrow. They will evaluate what we're going to be doing on Wednesday, sometime tomorrow afternoon. So structural steel is out for tomorrow afternoon. Let me pull up other list here that I've got started for this afternoon. All right, here's the other closing so far for Tuesday. Now, again, if you've got a closing that I don't have, inbox me, shoot that to me so we can add it to the list here. All right, let's pull this up. MCC is still going to be doing online classes tomorrow. Offices will be closed along with EMCC Community College there in Scuba, all campuses, online classes. East Central Community College in doing online classes. Enterprise School District online on Tuesday, so they won't do in person either. Dreams Come True Child Care Center is going to be closed tomorrow. Russell Christian Academy is closed tomorrow. Jones College is closed through tomorrow. Jumpstart Coffee Truck will not be operating tomorrow. The Meridian Surgery Center will be closed tomorrow. Also, Buffington Mobile Homes is closed tomorrow. Kemper Academy officially closed tomorrow. Meridian Cycles is closed tomorrow. Nelson Center for Women is closed tomorrow. Newton County Schools is closed tomorrow. Newton Academy is closed tomorrow. Russell Christian Academy is closed tomorrow. The University of West Alabama is closed tomorrow. Union Public Schools and Amelia Resources LLC closed tomorrow. And Tires and More is closed tomorrow, plus Structural Steel is closed tomorrow. Now, so far, that's the ones that I've gotten. If you've got one different, please get in touch with me so we can add that into our list of the closings that we do have this afternoon. Let's see, going back to our list here, April Rogers said she'd never heard thunder in a winter storm before, and everybody kept referring to that on Facebook today as snow thunder. So we did have a bunch of that. No power in Blackwater, Diane Burt says. Debbie Glass Jackson is watching this afternoon. Thank you. As we go down Lynn Swain, still no power on Highway 397. That's going to be in Kemper County also. Okay, I just got in another closing, I think. Continue. Let me hit my button here. Jerry Craig. Let's see. Kemper County Schools will be virtual tomorrow. And Jerry is the principal out at East Kemper and Scuba, so they will be doing virtual classes in Kemper counties as well. Thank you. I appreciate you, Jerry, sending that in. And let me go ahead and say your married last name is Cawthorn. After 30 years, you'd think I'd remember that, wouldn't you? I'm working on it, though. Don't give up on me just yet. Denise Covington says she has no electricity. She lives there in Collinsville. I think there's 2 or 3 other folks without some power there in Collinsville. I know that MEPA was working on that strand with where it was down in that area. Let's see. I heard thunder about an hour ago. So strange. Big bathtub is full of water, so you're ready. Diana Dively, snow flurries in Bailey. So that's where we are. Let's go back to radar and take another look at what we've got here. As we pull up radar, as this storm makes its way away from us, and we're all tickled to death over this thing getting out of here and taking that nasty ice with it. As we look at that, it's headed toward this direction here up the coast and making its last stand in Mississippi, right here in Memphis there, where we looked just a moment ago with the pictures heading out of South Haven into there. Still a lot of snow around Little Rock, Arkansas. Look at all of that right there. Fort Smith still getting it. Plenty to go around. But again, our concern is temperature and what it's going to do tonight. And we're going to be extremely, extremely cold. So keep that in your mind of what you're doing this afternoon. Let me see. I thought I got another text here. No, I've already covered that one. I think I've got most of them taken care of. I think so. Of the reports that I've gotten. So if you have one. Now, I do not know who handles power in Winston County. We could check their site. I don't have that available at my fingertip of who all handles that up in that area. We'll check that on our next run when we go live to go back over updates and who's closing and those things. Gainesville, Florida, I was looking at this. I know this is not near us, but while we got weather and we're looking at that, that's a pretty serious storm that has popped up there in Lake City, Florida. 58-mile-an-hour shear winds with that storm. So that's bad news for those folks there. I just saw that. I know that has nothing to do with us and what we're worried about right now, where you're going through with all the ice and stuff. Again, if you can, call and check on your neighbor, because there's a lot of folks right now that don't have power. And the elderly can't take care of themselves sometimes. We all know that. Do what you can to help a friend, help a neighbor, and get them back on their feet where they need to be here through these times without power and things that they need, if you wouldn't mind. Again, I'll be back with more coverage here in just a little bit as we get our updates into these evening hours. It's just a tad after 3 o'clock this afternoon. We'll have a couple of more updates as we go into the evening hours here. Big thank you again to EMEPA, the great folks there, along with Eastgate Tire, also Lauderdale County Farm Supply, Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, SMI Automotive here in Meridian, also Graphics Guru, San Marcos, Sanders Gas, Tiffany Blues Decor, along with Rick Justice, and also Kim's Photography, all of our sponsors that take care of us. Again, if you've got any more questions, post those, throw them in the box, and if you've, let's see here, Winston County is EMEPA, and 4 County is the other one that covers it. I knew there was another one there in Winston. That is right. EMEPA serves Winston County outside of the Louisville city limits. All right, that's the breakdown there. And we went over what Winston County. Let me go back up and look at that on EMEPA here of what we got. And we update that EMEPA, and let's pull this up so you can see that. The counties in Wayne County, 0 right now for EMEPA in Wayne County. That's good. That's a shining a moment for us there as we look at this. But they are getting working on these numbers. Current number 4874 is the total people without power at if you're on EMEPA, and they know they don't want you to sit in the dark any longer than you have to. A couple of things to remember that we've learned this afternoon: City of Meridian will go under a curfew beginning at 5 this afternoon and will last until 8. Newton County, all roads closed, according to the Sheriff's Department. Now, I don't have anybody else that's listed any of that so far. So if there is a county that's got some restrictions on it, pass that along to us so we can spread that also. Big thank you to all that, and I will look in to see if how many other people are without power and keep this going. Cold temperatures tonight. Be careful with space heaters. That's a good point of space heaters. Do not set them near a curtain. I've read so many stories, and you volunteer fire department people know exactly what we're talking about. Y'all probably know better than anybody of somebody that puts one too close and a home catches on fire due to something like that. Just a horrible situation to bump into. Again, thank you for watching. I'll be back in just a little bit as we update our closures. Again, if you've got a closure, inbox me. We'll get those on and get that passed out to everybody as quickly as we can this afternoon to keep everybody informed and updated. Thanks for watching Scotty Ray's Weather. We'll be back with more coverage as we go through this.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by